Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the EMS 1 Winter Championship for 2014 Battlefield 4 in the house here in Studio 1 of ESL TV in Cologne. Joined with Ben. Ben commentated on the first game. That was an absolute demolition, wasn't it?
It was over pretty quick, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, we in StarCraft terms, we call that a bop.
Well, that's definitely what it was.
Absolutely. Moving swiftly on, because there's not much to talk about in that game in terms of how Epsilon played so well and ESC didn't. We're going to move on to Group A now. Let's show you the bracket in Group A. If you weren't with us yesterday, this is what happened. Team UMAV were very, very good indeed, taking the 3 maps by Planet Key Dynamics in the opening game, but then disposing of the French team PyRoGEN in the upper bracket to advance to the semi-finals. In the bottom half of the bracket, Dignitas came through a tricky match against Planet Key Dynamics in their opening match in the lower bracket, and now face PyRoGEN for the last spot in the semi-final. So things are getting serious now. Things are warming up nicely. It's time to go home or go through. One of the two is going to happen.
Pretty much. And, you know, you look at those two teams and you think, well, Dignitas, they managed to already yesterday. They prevailed through the lower bracket. Can they do the same thing again? And I look at that team and I see just so much talent. I really do. I really don't think they should be down in the lower bracket themselves anyway. So I would put my money on them if I was a betting man.
It's interesting. I spoke a little bit with Dogbert. He'll be commentating on this game as well. I'm sure he'll fill in a little bit more. But he said that the team were nervous yesterday, and that they that they play with some nerves. And they're an experienced team. They've been around for a long time.
Definitely.
But the setting is different, and it's not the same as other tournaments. They genuinely had some nerves to overcome, and it was just a different experience for them. I'm sure things will be different today. They'll be a bit more accustomed to what's going on, a little bit more used to their surroundings and what have you. Let's take you through the two teams. Dignitas first. Lineups look like this. As you can see the lineups on your screen, I can't see them, but that's okay. You can see them. As you said already, Ben, they are a star-studded lineup with probably the most tactical of tacticians in there, although he bemoans the game a little bit and says it doesn't allow him to be expressive enough. That's Wahlberg, or Walu as he likes to be called, in the lineup. They do have a lot to live up to in history, because this is the original Battlefield 1942 World Champion team from 2004, when Odie was young, as we mentioned in the notes. And that in itself is a bit of a chip to carry on the shoulder, isn't it? I mean, you've got that there. You're a Battlefield team. You're playing for the former world champions in Battlefield that go back 10 years. I wonder whether they even worry about that too much when they come into a setting like this, though.
I think that's something that they should put behind them, and that should be just maybe an afterthought. I mean, that's sort of pressure that you don't want as a professional player. You don't want to be thinking about that. But then, they were nervous yesterday. You've got to ask yourself, well, what were they thinking about yesterday? What was it that was making them nervous? And it could be that added pressure. This is
could be thinking of Odie. It's enough to worry any team. I'm joking, Michael. Moving on, PyRoGEN. Difficult game against UMAV yesterday, but there were times when you thought, actually, they might have won that game. And yet, UMAV showed what they're made of. And I spoke to Dignitas about the game as well, because they were like, who would rather play PyRoGEN or UMAV? And they were like, actually, we don't really want to play UMAV, because they're out there, they do stuff, and Fnatic actually said the same thing to me yesterday.
Really?
They do stuff that we just don't expect, and they do crazy stuff that you think, no, that's not going to work, like sending 5 men to a point at the start of the round. And they do this stuff, and it works out for them, so they don't like playing. We're going to move on to PyRoGEN. This is their lineup. You can see Ikaho, Melicium, Hexis, Monster, and Flashaw. They were the only team in the finals that did not get beyond the round of 16 in the regular season. We said that yesterday. But come group stages, they dominate their group, they win. And now they're here with a shot at the semi-finals, which would mean top 4 finish. And for a team that only just scraped into the top 16.
Pretty good.
It's pretty damn good. So I guess the question is, do they have a chance? Yes, they have a chance, but how big a chance do you think they have? I
definitely think they have a strong chance. And I'm looking at Ikaho from yesterday's performance, absolutely superb. They got a little bit unlucky here and there, but it's going to be one of those games where I think it's going to be complete parallel to what we just saw. It's going to be one where everyone's going to be on the edge of the seat. I'm expecting very, very close, because it means so much to these two teams. No one wants to go home early.
Absolutely. So, prediction time. Because you've got to help out the guys at home. Okay. We still have one guy who's 100%.
Is it just the one?
Just the one guy.
Pressure. No pressure.
No pressure at all on him. But I need you to help those that are not maybe familiar with Battlefield 4. They'll look at these two teams and they'll go, PyRoGEN? Yeah, never heard of them. Dignitas, I've heard of them. I'll put money on. Is that where it should go, or do you think this is going a different way?
I would never bet just because you know the names. But you look at PyRoGEN. It's definitely a team where when they become so aggressive, they can do things which they're going to catch teams completely off guard. But Dignitas, as you mentioned, they're the experienced ones. They're a team which realistically, when you look at on paper, you should look into this matchup and you should say, yeah, they're the ones that are going to go through. So if I was a betting man, I would say it's not going to be a 2-0, definitely not. I think it should be 2-1 in favor of Dignitas.
Okay, thank you very much, Ben. Just a reminder for you, you can take part in the prediction competition. It's just below me right now. Battlefield-ems1.com. Go there, halfway down the page. Just click on the predictions competition and you will have a chance to win some fabulous prizes courtesy of Astro and Razor. All Battlefield 4 monikered as well. They are very, very nice. Well worth the chance to participate. And all you've got to do is predict as many of the matches correctly as you possibly can, including the one that's coming up, PyRoGEN versus Dignitas. Our expert here, Ben, has said it's Dignitas. If you think so, make your prediction. If not, you can choose the other way as well. Let's find out what our commentators think of the matchup. I've got a sneaky feeling that one of them might be voting Dignitas. It's time to go over to our two commentators for this one, Dogbert and Kaplan.
I just get a last name now. Originally, he got my full name, and now he's just like, I'm too lazy to say your real name. It's quite Kaplan. So yeah, Dignitas PyRoGEN. I'm not even going to ask you your money's on. Clearly, it's going to be on Dignitas.
Yeah, I kind of feel, bias aside, not that there's any bias on my side for this one at all, I kind of feel that they were really close in their games anyway.
Your nose is growing.
My nose is growing, yeah.
Almost as big as mine. It'll catch up one day if you keep lying. But yeah, so Dignitas for you?
This is what happens if you take Wahlberg anywhere. Doesn't quite know where the camera is, given up on that attempt.
Yeah, he failed.
Yeah, but he's trying hard.
Don't worry, I would have, if I was the admin right there, I would have elbowed him somewhere.
Yeah.
Probably would have been the boob because I'm so tall, but...
Those bans coming in here, I think they got the wrong way around here. I think, well, actually no. Paris of Storm banned out, that makes sense for Pyro, and Dam being banned out. Goldman and Locker, and the maps are Zaphod, Dawnbreaker, and Siege of Shanghai. And I believe Dig would have picked Zaphod, and I think Dawnbreaker might be PyRoGEN's. Shanghai being the...
I think Zaphod definitely Dignitas.
Yeah, they like it a lot. But
actually, no, I don't think it is, because Dawnbreaker they also like a lot too.
Yeah, and I don't know why, because it does seem to go kind of against them sometimes. It's that kind of
What
map.
do you mean? What are you trying to say?
Dawnbreaker's the heartbreaker. It's that map. It can just switch so bad if you just don't get the right positions. And yeah, I don't know. At least they're not playing Dam, which Dig have constantly been struggling with.
I was just looking. I mean, they did win versus PyRoGEN. Wait, what? That's not right. No, yeah, they did win versus PyRoGEN on Dawnbreaker, but they lost to him obviously on Lankang Dam and Zavod.
Yeah.
So Zavod's got to be PyRoGEN's choice, and that means Dawnbreaker's got to be Dignitas' choice. So we'll see what happens this time. And
look at those percentages there.
Those percentages.
Well, considering last time it was very much in PyRoGEN's favour and then evened up closer to the actual games. A lot of Frenchies voting in there for their last hope in the tournament.
The last hope that's going to beat your last hope. And your only hope?
Also, it's the Finnish last hope against the French last hope. And my last hope.
Was there any other Finnish teams? No.
No, there is only Dignitas. It is the Finns, the old six-Fin team, and now it is, it's us.
So if they lose, okay. So I want you to make a bet with me.
Oh, here we go.
If Dignitas lose this, you do your next part of the show with your shirt off. But if Dignitas win, you do the next segment of your show with your shirt off.
Don't see how I can
really?
win this one.
I don't know. I thought you'd be more of a betting man.
Well, I am a betting man, but not for those kind of bets.
That's a Carmack bet. If you guys know who he is, that's something that he would make. That's something he's guaranteed to win in.
Just wants to get naked. that kind of bet, yeah.
Usually it's hair for him. He likes to shave people's heads.
Well, you do that on your own, don't you?
No, well, I've never actually bet with him because I'm smart.
You just bet against your internal demons and won one out.
Oh, me? Well, you can't lose when you shave your head. Except when it's winter out, then you lose. And it was winter, and I lost. But yeah, we're getting away here. It was not. It was like Velcro. I put my head on. I laid down to go to sleep, and my head got stuck on my pillow.
That is
it was weird. It was really weird. All right, well, we get underway here. We can stop all this random talk and talk about this match because this is going to determine what team's joining UMAV in the semifinals as well as Fnatic. And the winner of this game will be up against Fnatic. Not going to be easy for either of these teams.
No, definitely not. I'd torn with the Dig guys obviously quite a bit. And they
Obviously.
yeah, I don't speak French. It would be a very awkward conversation if I started talking to Pyro. Just very louding and like hand movements. The guys, they feel kind of confident because they kind of feel that they were so close in the last matchups against them. So they kind of feel that this is kind of time for payback. But PyRoGEN have just been looking solid. They've got a very good team unity right now. And Icaho running the engineer kit already, you're going to have to look for him to knock down the opening wall at the C flag. But right down, Dignitas are breaking really weird on Zaphod. Not their usual break here. Giggly by himself out on B, and Dig are pushing for the A flag quite aggressively.
All right, well, Dignitas is going to be on the US side. It's going to have PyRoGEN over on the Russian. And we do have a 2-to-1 hold currently. But Walu making a play over towards A. He's trying to open up this this flag and actually picks up the kill. So that should be A going for over for him. And that should be an A and 2-to-1 hold. However, Hexus immediately responds to the push on a C because Dignitas basically just got completely wiped out over on the bottom left-hand side of this map. And that's going to be yet another 2-to-1 hold still in favor of PyRoGEN. Now Judetsky, he's trying to make a play off this. He was definitely stepping up yesterday when his team needed to, even using the AEK, I believe. And right now, he's looking for this push on a B. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to pull this one off, though, because he's a little bit outnumbered.
Yeah, Dig, very interesting start for them, and one I'm not particularly happy with. I think they really should have just kept that C flag, and especially with the way they went for B, and right now it's not looking good for them. They're pushing this C flag, but they're going to lose A, like, completely. There's nothing to do about it.
Also, they're coming up really huge, picking up 2 big kills for his team. PyRoGEN left with 2 men alive, standing. Flasher going for the cap on A here, but right now we do have Walla already off to the side of him. He does get a respawn on top, so let's see if he can hold this. Icaho is going to take him down, so they will maintain control of A. They do maintain control of B for just a little bit, but Hexus working out, trying to get back to B as quick as possible. Doesn't want to let this one doesn't want to give this one away, but you know, the nades are to come in. They know exactly where he is, and he's in trouble.
Yeah, this B fight's important, but at the same time, Pyro just pressuring all flags right now and not giving Dig any breathing space at all. I don't know. Dig are trying to hold this BC right now, but they're really just being contained, and Pyro are all over them.
Yeah, PyRoGEN for me, and the map that I realized it on was actually Parasol Storm throughout one of the group stages. They just don't care about the standard meta of a map of where to hold things and where to play, like for instance in buildings, on top of buildings. They just don't care. They will just run around as many people as they can and just start capping things over. You know, Icaho going to pick up the kill on a jerk over towards A. They're actually going to have a tri-cap here for a little bit. And let's see how long they can hold on to this, because they're starting to claw back. Actually, not claw back, sorry, build up a huge lead here in Dignitas. They haven't been able to respawn in as 5 for quite a while. Jerk now 0-5 currently. Walu 5-3. Judetsky 1-6. And Jaquili 1-4.
Yeah, very. Dig really haven't really recovered from this start. They're doing okay, but from the breakout, really, they've never had more than 1 flag for any long period of time. They've never really got the bleed on their side, and the tickets they have shaved off of Pyro have really only been from kills, so not looking good for them. And they still not stopped this full cap as they're pressuring the C flag and B, but the defenders are still there and the rotations are coming in.
Yes, they are. We're gonna have Walu pick up a kill on a flasher over towards B, so that will give them control of that one. But Dignitas still trying to fight out for C. They're trying to cap this one over. They should be able to lock it down here finally, picking up a 2 cap for themselves. Start to get the tickets for in their favor right now. But you do see Jaquili picking up only 1, and that should be C back over in favor of PyRoGEN here. They have the spawns coming in. They have the control. But right now you see Melisium immediately respond with a push over towards A because there's 2 men there, Jerk and Masu. And he even gets a respawn top of him with the help of Monstro. They're looking to hold on to this one, and we're going to see Judetsky go down. But can't Monstro pick up anymore? He does see Jerk's feet. Can't get the shot off onto him, unfortunately. But the naked queen, that might be able to finish him off, but he gets taken down either way. And Hex is now the last man alive on the side of PyRoGEN.
Yeah, this is Dig's chance to at least level out the score a bit. I think they're going to just sacrifice this A flag, leave Jerk down to defend it, and just capture C. And it's really down to PyRoGEN how they want to respond to this. It looks like they're just going to take that A flag by overwhelming force. But with Wahlberg going down at B, they're going to have to rotate out of C to hold this flag if they want to. And Dig right now are kind of spreading themselves really thin.
Yes, they are on Flasher. Let's see if he can cap this one over, because he is in a 1-on-2 situation. All he needs is to pick up these kills to really hold on to. He's currently 6-4 right now, getting naded up. Honestly, not very healthy. Actually, might go down here in just a second. Does pick up 1 kill, though. And he's looking for that second. He's going to be right off to his right behind those tanks. And it looks like he will be able to maintain control with the help of 1 man from, I believe, C-side. And that will be locked down, I believe, as Hex is now getting the respawning. Spots out Jerk, gets the kill. And they will get that 2-1 hold still in favor for them. But Masu trying to get the cap over to A. Melisium, he has something to say about it, though. And he's kind of just backing away. He's not really committing to a fight he knows he can't win.
Yeah, the longer he could just draw out, and I got a feeling now Dig are going to expect him to still be around here and not push off that flag as quick as possible. But the B capture is going ahead, but you can see that Pyro are playing kind of a good defense here, a very reactionary one, but one that's working out really well so far.
Indeed, and Foster's still sticking towards B right now. It is neutralized, so no tickets for either team just yet. As he starts capping over because they got the kill with that grenade. They won't get their hold yet again. 107 to 60 tickets. Have been able to build up here a 40-ticket lead. Not as big as we saw with the Epsilon game, obviously, versus ESC, but a lead nonetheless. And considering how close these games were yesterday, I mean, it was sub 30 tickets apiece for each game. Actually, no, it was about 34 or 36 was the maximum amount. But that just showed how evenly matched these two teams are.
Yeah, indeed. And right now, Dig are kind of still, once again, kind of very spread across the map. And Melisium and Jerk going head-to-head at B. Eventually, Jadeski's spawn is going to give Dig that C flag. But you can just see that this flag-hopping strategy is working much better for PyRoGEN, as they're able to just bully Dig off these flags whenever they need it. And that bleed is starting to become a real issue for Dig now.
It really is, and we're going to need to see, obviously, them do something about it. We do see C still in their favor, currently still holding control of it as they do clean up all the men around there. And we'll be able to push onto another flag here in just a second. We're going to take a look onto outside. As we do, when we did have a push coming finally out of Dignitas, they're going to be able to keep that one over. They're going to get a 2-1 hold for now. But for how long? Because they haven't been able to really do too much. 99 to 36 now in tickets. It's starting to get very one-sided. But now this is the point. PyRoGEN, even with this big of a lead, they're starting to let it slip. They need to keep their foot on the gas if they want to be able to close this one out.
Yeah, but Dig have spread themselves really thin on this map right now. 2 at B, 1 at C, and 1 at A, and we're floated out at A as well. And that's fine, but if any of these kills go against them, they're going to lose that flag and the bleed.
Well, they just lost one flag. They lost another man. Melisium picked up that one as they actually have Jaquili down as well. So they're going to get the 2-1 cap here again in just a second. And I want to say about another 1, maybe 2 big pushes at Dignitas, and that will be it here for the map. If they can't grab something back here, this is going to be PyRoGEN coming into the second half with a lead.
Yeah, and Dignitas here are very indecisive, choosing on what flag they want to go for. They've gone for A, that's where the spawns came in. B was probably the one they should have gone for. And right now they are going to get the flag at A unless Masu... no, sorry. They're probably not going to get A. They're running back from that. They need to get this B flag as quick as possible. But they're just being contained once again by Pyro. And it looks like Dig are going to go for A. Very risky flag capture.
Very risky, especially at this stage of the game when they only have 19 tickets to really work with here. Jeski hiding behind that box. Looks like he will go down from that grenade, or at least a shot. Igaho going to pick that one up, and now they're going to trade A for C here. And PyRoGEN just seem to be one step ahead at all times.
Yeah, Dig really shouldn't have gone for that A flag. The B was open. More importantly, C was constantly under pressure. And leaving yourself just with the A flag like that is just like it's the booby prize of this thing. Because at the end of the day, the spawns come right on top of that flag all the time. And I'll tell you why that's... Well, it doesn't matter. Right now, but that is
like
just
a great
the worst
prize
flag.
to me.
Yeah. Bogus prize. It's another way of saying it in the UK. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's what you meant.
So it's a flag. Look, spawn straight with Dig right on top of A. So go for a flag. It's constantly going to have a spawn on top. It's not great. B, C is what they wanted, and that is the flags that Pyro have made their home for most of this game. And right now, Dig are just falling away.
They are not having a good game. But the same thing happened yesterday. They lost on Zavod, came back on Dawnbreaker, and then they lost in the end on the final map to PyRoGEN, obviously. And honestly, they can come back. They can do it. 70-2 here is going to be the final score, I believe. Maybe they're going to spawn it. No, they won't. That will be 72. But this is a tough lead. That's a hard game for Dignitas to swallow.
Yeah, and it all came down to the start. They took a very risky one. They went out for the A flag, and in response, they lost both B and the C flag. And with those flags taken out, they really just played from behind the whole time.
Right, and we can take a look at the kills. Flasher, 16-9, 16-13 for Monstro, 12-9 for Hexus, 10-9 for Melisium, and Nico even had 10 kills for himself. And on the other side, Dignitas wasn't terrible. You know, while 11-10, we saw Masu 13-10, we had Judetsky at 12-14, but it just wasn't enough. No one had a positive KDA minus Walu and Masu off of that one, and it still wasn't even that positive in the end from it. It's just I feel like you said it right. PyRoGEN were just containing Dignitas and not letting them play the game that they wanted to.
Yeah, Dignitas were constantly kind of either running towards Pyro or just stuck in unfavorable firefights.
Stuck in limbo between like 2 flags.
Yeah, they indecision kept paralyzing Dig, deciding on which flags they wanted to go for, and they constantly kept going back to that A flag, which is, if anything, is just something you keep just to keep that bleeder going. But when you've already going to lose out on B and C, it really doesn't make much sense.
And what's weird to me is to see PyRoGEN didn't place past top 16 every cup. To just come out of nowhere, place first in the groups, and then to be able to challenge Dignitas like this, as well as UMAV, in the offline finals. Like, what the hell happened? They came out of nowhere, basically.
Yeah, they've been practicing really, really hard, and they had a very solid boot camp coming into this. They were at a gaming house, apparently. I'm not 100% sure where, but they've been really trying hard, and it's showing. I mean, they're doing a great job here, and this is the map that Diggs played a lot. This is not exactly unknown territory for them. They play this map quite a lot, and maybe they're feeling a bit too comfortable on it.
All right, well, we find out here in the second half, get underway in just a second. Over on the US side, we will have PyRoGEN. Over on the Russian side, we will have Dignitas. And you attributed that map to pretty much just the beginning of it and PyRoGEN's ability to get the flags and Dignitas' weird beginning or weird start. But right now, what do you see happening different, if anything?
Dig are playing a very much standard form here. 3 in 2 middle, 1 A, and 2 on the B flag. They get the pick onto A, so that flag is safe, but it's all down to B right now. But you can already see Dignitas making a move on C and B, and that's a great start for Dig. They need to just clean it up. Melisium's the only one real causing a threat, and Monster as well, but he goes down as well. This is good stuff for Dig, and they're threatening a full cap straight off the bat. This is how you need to respond when you're so far behind. Wow, fantastic bit of play out of them. They have 1 man at B still, they have 1 man at A, they have 1 man at C, and the other 2 are just floating around trying to get back to A because they know where the spawns are coming in. Walu is going to make the call, letting his entire team know where they are, picks up a kill, and they have gotten this strike. They haven't lost out on a single ticket yet. Yeah, this is what you want to do if you're way behind. I mean, they're going to lose like 3 tickets now, but it's all about how their spawns come in. They're in a good position. They just need to not be reckless in their defenses here because they know that Pyro have to come forward, so every kill and every spot is important, and Pyro are just looking to overwhelm the C flag. Indeed, and right now, we're seeing Monster coming for the backside on C. We'll pick up 1 kill, but he's looking for more. He's looking for that cap. Oh, that's huge. Like, yeah, it looks like they will be able to lock it down as they pick up 2 more kills, even a 3rd and 4th on top of that. And Dignitas, only Jaquili left alive here over towards B. That's going to be a 2 cap back, and maybe even a tri-cap in their favor. They need to see where the spawns are coming in for Dignitas. They need to immediately rotate, get in the right position. I like where Hexus is. Quickly get to B, C, or A at the same time. And Flasha just falling back, letting them start to cap it over before he goes for that engager. Maybe just wait for it to get capped over to get the kill and then the back cap on him. Yeah, and this right now is really, really bad for Dig. And what happened at C is just kind of a hallmark of Dignitas sometimes. They have this habit of just being like, oh, there's a fight at C, let's just keep going. Like, even if they're 1v4, 1 guy keeps coming in. Back off, get reinforcements in, stop going into fights that they've already lost. And that's what they keep doing. And right now, instead of playing a safer defense at that C flag, they came forward and got killed. A little bit over commitment right there, and that might cost them the map because PyRoGEN, remember, 70 tickets is that threshold. Dignitas drop below that point. That will be it for the first map, and we'll be advancing on into Dawnbreaker's second. Hexus looking for that shot. He's going to unfortunately miss it, but he's going to hold. It looks like he's just going to stay back, hold on to B, but there is a 2-man push. Jerk and Masu going for the flag here, not to mention there's actually 3 of them now as they do keep spawning in. Hexus, can he pick up the kills he needs? No, as he gets taken down. And that means immediate response to the PyRoGEN. Going to head over to A, going to cap that one over, and send Monstro to C to stop any push coming in on flag. And he's going to get it, getting 1. Looking for the second towards B, gets it as well. And maybe that grenade might pick up a 3rd for him as he actually gets destroyed by the grenade on the side of Dignitas. But either way, he held on to C like a beast. Yeah, and they're holding C, and that's what Dignitas aren't doing. When they do get the flag, they're not able to make a fight of it. While PyRoGEN bleed tickets out of Dig every time they hold that C flag. And Dig right now is just clutching at straws. They're so far behind. And it's the previous round they're fighting against. It doesn't matter how close this one is. It's the mistakes from the previous round and now they're haunting them. And PyRoGEN have control of the game again. They're not playing reactionary like they were in the very get-go of this half. They are forcing Dignitas' hand, forcing the reaction. And with this tri-cut coming in, they might hold on to it for a little bit because you have Flasher rotating over towards A since they know that hit's going to come. We have actually Echo pick up 2 kills in middle. That was huge. And now LDSC
if they can get back control there, if they can stop this push, they are going to pretty much have this game in the bag.
Yeah, I kind of feel Dignitas are just going around for frags now. They're just trying to get as much warm-up as they can. Ikenho, by himself, has caused so much damage to the Dignitas lineup. Running at 9 and 2 now. He will spawn in very soon, I'm sure, unless he's trying to preserve his KDA for posterity. But he's just done so much damage to Dignitas.
Yeah, he has. I mean, that's an intense score. Even 11 and 5 for Monster right now. Everyone's performing well. Everyone's doing a fantastic job. And we're at that 73 ticket mark. 4 more to go, and that will be it. We will have PyRoGEN going into the next map on Dawnbreaker, where Dignitas has to fight back, or that's going to be it for him. And like I said, they're pretty much just fighting for frags. That's going to be it. And PyRoGEN, 1 map up here yet again, like they were in the previous best of 3 against Dignitas in their first match of the entire tournament. Dignitas, they're obviously able to pull Dawnbreaker back here, or they were then. But can they do it again?
Yeah, what was very close games yesterday, they seem to have kind of let slip, and the initial start really did hurt them. I mean, from then on out, capturing only A but losing B and C, more importantly C. A flag which on this map we constantly see 1 or 2 men able to hold off against being completely outnumbered.
It's funny because I remember yesterday praising Dignitas for being able to dig into C and hold that one like no other team ever could. And then they just go and prove me wrong today by not even bothering.
Well, you got to be in the right position. I mean, a majority of people that get kills in Battlefield 4 isn't because they've got the best aim, isn't because they've got the best reactions, because they're in the right place at the right time. And if you're not in the right place in Battlefield and you're caught on the move, you're most likely going to die. And Dignitas were caught running majority of that game to flag, and they were just getting picked off by Pyro.
Well, we will be getting underway here with the second map in just a few. And Dignitas, if they do pull this one back, I wonder what their talk is going to be about. Because obviously they have a little bit of a 5-minute break to discuss things and see, what they did wrong, what they did right, and hopefully sort themselves out before that last map on Siege of Shanghai. But Dawnbreaker, the lead that they did have when they played against PyRoGEN last time, it wasn't that big, to be honest. It was probably one of the smallest leads. 23 actually was the smallest lead out of all the maps played entirely. Think they can pull off that again? Do you think they can take Dawnbreaker?
Yeah, I mean, this is one of the more classic maps in the pool. Played very much a lot of the time by a lot of the teams. Banned out every so often, but yeah, it's a regular map, and both teams have played a lot. And yeah, Dig can come back on this one, but PyRoGEN must be feeling really good from that last game. They dominated it. Basically.
The thing is, they never won that big against Dignitas yesterday. 30, like I said before, 34, 36 was like the highest lead that they had, but to double that to 70. On the map they played against them as well in Zavod, that just kind of shows to me that maybe PyRoGEN they're in the zone.
Yeah, I think they're definitely there at the moment. They seem ready for this one, and they've just been doing a really good job. And Ikenho really been getting a lot of very important kills across the board. And
9 and 1 at the end of that last game.
Yeah, and even in the previous one, and a lot of those kills were very important ones. A lot of them were important. Either there were 2v1s on B, which pretty much swung the game for them. And yeah, very good for PyRoGEN, a team that's constantly causing surprises these days.
Yeah, maybe they'll continue to surprise us later on if they do pull out this victory and advance on against Fnatic. I'm actually really curious to see how that one goes out. But get underway here with Dawnbreaker in just a second. We will have Dignitas over on the US side and PyRoGEN over on the Chinese side. And guess what? We're going to have them go for the boost to get out of that pit and get straight towards B.
Yeah, and it's become a regular thing now. I think it was something Planet Key Dynamics discovered. It could have been UMAV as well, but I believe it's Planet Key. That's what I heard from yesterday's discussion.
All right, well, they're going to go for the boost, and they are going to get the spawns in as well. They're going to push straight for B here. And typically the team that does this, I always see them lose this initial exchange for some reason. Yeah,
but Dig have come out really weird once again, and kind of, they're not going to take B. They're trying to get the kills early, and they've gone 1 for 1 already. But yeah, very interesting start from Dig here, and Pyro playing pretty standard for a team that's on the back end of the better spawns, and yeah, weird right now.
Yeah, funny enough though, Dignitas did get the cap on a B. PyRoGEN being a little bit too scared to go for the lockdown. Dignitas with their different strategies actually pushing straight in A. They're looking for a very early tri-cap here, but Flasher able to get around the backside to C. Going to cap that one over, but Dignitas spawning in pretty much all towards that A side here. We're going to see a big fight break out here in the middle.
Yeah, and this is a key one. Dig have to win this, otherwise they are going to lose that B flag. Spawns are coming in, and there's going to be eventually a one-on-one on that A flag, and that eventually goes Dig's way, and that is important. They need this to keep this game nice and close. But look at that spawn from behind Hexus and Icaho. Icaho probably going to try and go around to B eventually, and meanwhile Hexus is going to try and take that A flag.
Let's see if he can post up. There's going to be one man. Actually, one man's all they need. Judesky picks up the kill and shuts it down. Icaho, though, still alive. Probably, well, he was heading back as he does get picked off from the sidelines by Walu. Meantime, you're seeing Flasher is pushing out on towards B yet again here, but they don't have the backup they need. And right now, Dignitas looking like a completely different team on this map than they just were on Zavod. Yeah,
but at the same time, all the kills are going PyRoGEN's way now on the B flag, and it's really only Wahlberg and Judesky can do anything about it, and they're getting themselves surrounded here. Dig might find themselves in a very awkward position where B is pretty much being fought over and A is going to get captured. So Dig have to play very careful here and not sacrifice themselves too early, and right now, 3 are already down.
All right, well, we'll have a 2-1 go back for PyRoGEN. And we saw on the map just prior how deadly they can be when they do get that 2-1 hold. Jaquili to spot one man out here. Can he survive this, though? He needs to keep that pressure onto A here. Nade's still coming out between both teams, but Flasher gets the better of him, and they will shut that push down. And they are maintaining control of B for just a little bit here, as we do have them finally pushing. Monstro going to be sitting towards the balcony side. Going to be looking, well, trying to overwatch onto B right now, but Dignitas are capping it from the other side, so you actually won't be able to see him in there. But he does see the respawns coming back in at C, so they know exactly where they're going.
Yeah, and this is where it's going to get nasty for Dig, because they put themselves in the position where they had, as soon as they lost B and they lost A, and as soon as there's someone on that upper balcony, they're constantly going to be fighting in well-positioned defenders, and they're going to get minced on it unless they can power themselves through. And this is the position they didn't have to find themselves in, but through their start, they allowed this to become basically set in play.
All right, well, they are maintaining this 2-1 hold here, though. On the backside, Flasher, if he can win this 1v2, this would be huge for their team. But can he pull it off? He knows there's one man there. Actually gets some backup from his teammates. Gets one kill. Looking for the second as he sees rotating for the backside. Gets taken down by Masu, though. And that should be Dignitas capping onto A. But immediately PyRoGEN responding with a push straight onto C. However, Jaquili's there. He's pushing on the balcony. He's looking for the kill to get this. Oh, he sees him. He just delays a little bit. He looks for the better shot, but unfortunately he misses it. And she gets a kill on the Hexus, though. And they will get control of balcony finally for the first time this game, though. Not sure. He's still trying to stop this from happening somehow.
Yeah, and then Icaho is just going to capture that A flag completely undefended. And that fight at C has been going on for ages, and it eventually goes over to PyRoGEN. And Dig, once again, just found with one flag. And they're playing catch-up constantly. They're always running towards these flags. They've never held a hold for any length of time right now. And even with that upper balcony, with only the B flag, they're not able to do that much of it. And they probably can't even stop Mostro from capturing this B flag. And while this is happening, they're going to lose balcony control as Flashel comes from behind.
There is one, well, not two men over towards C for Dignitas, and you see Flasher looking for him. And so just going to back away, maintain their 2-1 hold. And you said it perfectly. Dignitas are always playing catch-up. PyRoGEN is always one step ahead. They are responding perfectly every single time to the pressure that Dignitas are applying to them. And the quick question is, can they keep this up? Because they lost out on Dawnbreaker yesterday. They seem to have fixed the problem, though, that they were having, because they have about a 40-ticket lead right now.
Yeah, and right now, Dig are just always fighting for C and A, and flags which constantly just get capped over on spawns. They're going to lose out on that C flag, and they're going to end up just being contained at A. They need to break out of it quick before it becomes a serious issue.
All right, well, 1 point trade between Jerk and Melisium, but they get the C, they get the B, and Dignitas, I mean, we could talk about pretty much all day what do they need to do right now, and it's obviously cap flags, get kills, but how do they think one step ahead of PyRoGEN to kind of counter them? It seems to be like they're playing like they're opportunistic, like, oh, well, A's available, let's take it, or oh, we just spawned at C, let's grab it real quick, instead of trying to control the pace of the game.
Yeah, and it's very difficult sometimes to try and do that, but you can see those kills are coming in too quick, and they come in so regularly. It's not like one person dies from Dig, it's 2 people die from Dig in separate positions, because they're peeking out all the time. They've got the bleed, they don't need to look out, but they are, and they're getting picked off. And right now, PyRoGEN, even though they're the attacking team on these flags, well, they were, now it looked like they were defending, and they end up with a bleed once again. And Dig constantly playing from behind.
All right, well, 99 now to 60 tickets. And Hexus, they're picking up the kills. Melisium, I had to sit up in my chair to see if that was correct. 17-6. 17! Yeah. He has more kills than quite a few people on Dignitas combined. And Monstro 7-5, Flasher 9-5, Hexus 8-9, and 6-3 for Icaho. They are doing a phenomenal job. They're capping everything over it. You just saw Jerk, and I don't know who the second man was, lost a 1v2 versus Flasher, or 2v1, sorry, against Flasher. And if they can't win 2v1s, it's just simple math. It's not really even math, but if you can't win a firefight with a man advantage, then you're not going to win the game.
Yeah, but even a bigger thing is, in a lot of these fights, Dig don't even go for the revives as well. So not only are they like not getting the flags, they're not getting any of the revives, and those bleed is just coming in thick and fast. Dig have got a chance to respond now. They've got B, they've got A, they've got a defender on the A flag, probably overcompensating on A already, but they need to keep this B flag because they keep losing. And what happens is one defender goes down, then a second, then a third, then a flag's gone. And they need to have a more solid defense on this B flag.
Well, it seems like they have finally gotten set up how exactly they want to, but Flasher, he's looking to ruin that plan. Come from side, picks up a kill, and now we see them rush straight into B here. They're looking for the cap, and I'm sure as hell going to pull that one off here, but Monster has something to say about it. Going to pick up a kill, able to throw out a couple of nades here or there. But PyRoGEN, they're just not dropping. They're consistently picking up kills. Now 55 to 35 in favor of them. And they also have that B flag here, though. While pushed up, looking for the cap onto it. It's in a 1v1 fight against Flasher, picks up the kill. And that will be a 2-1 hold back for Dignitas, but I'm not sure for how long because Melisium and Monster have broken in through the side towards A.
Yeah, Jerk constantly was just looking around that corner, and the one time he looks away from it, two guys come through and kill him. And Dig, they're playing defensive here. They need to get the kills, though. And it's a one-on-one that they win at B, but right now it's a 3-on-1. This is good for Dig. They just need to clean it up. That is a wipe. Only Hex has spawned in, and that was after being killed. Dignitas here, chance of a full domination cap, but that spawn is huge. Flashaw, Icaho, Monstro, all spawn. That's a 4-man spawn above B and A, and this is going to surprise Dignitas.
And Jeski is looking for the first kill, gets on a Flasher. Can he get the second? Yes, he does. And he stops that push onto the A flag. And eventually does get taken out, but now you have Jerk trying to pull off the 1v1. He gets it. And as you do, even with that spawn that PyRoGEN had, they stopped it, and they have the tri-cap now. They're bleeding away tickets. You remember, we had pretty much a 90 to 60 ticket lead in favor of PyRoGEN, and that's being cut down in over half.
What is it about Dignitas that make them comeback masters sometimes? They seem to play massively from behind, then all of a sudden the rot stops and they just start winning. But if they could have done that at the beginning, they would have been in a much better position than they are now. Even that said, they were so far behind, and now it's only 34 to 42. But they can't let that get to their head. They need to play very smart here. Every ticket is precious, but look at that line set up straight from the top to the bottom. They are holding this flag, but it's all down to can they maintain it, because they are getting very lax in just getting picked off by Pyro.
I'm not sure what PyRoGEN's doing right now, though, but they're only a 10-kill advantage. Hex is pushing up on the side towards A, looking for Jadetsky. Unfortunately, doesn't get the shot off that he needs. They continue to rush him here, and he's actually off to a side. I believe Hex actually saw him shooting, does get the pre-fire off, gets the kill, and gets control of A here in just a second. And Dignitas instantly trying to respond with a push on a C. That's going to work out for him. Especially since...
what a spawn from PyRoGEN.
Oh, wow,
Two guys right in C, and that is going to upset Dignitas there. And that spawn literally right on top of two people from Dignitas, and that's going to leave B wide open. But those kills are coming in for Dig. But look at Melisium just hiding there, waiting, because they know it. This game is coming right down to the wire now, and Dignitas need to be very careful. They need to overwhelm this B flag, and they need to do it quickly.
Well, we do some
wow, that was huge. That one kill from two kills from Jerk has secured that B flag, and when it was looking dangerous, Jerk smashes the attack at B, and now they're on the offensive again at A.
They're going to push straight through to this one, but we do have obviously a couple men from PyRoGEN there. Flasher looking for the kill onto him that he needs. Instead, actually, no, he is inside that room. Jerk gets another kill. I think that's his 4th one, now potentially 5th, as he finally does fall there. But 24 to 17 coming down to the wire for both these teams. Either way, no matter what lead they do have at the end of this, no matter who wins the half, it's not that big of a lead. It comes pretty much just down to that second half point where PyRoGEN, can they pick up that 2-0, or could Dignitas fight it back into that third map, which will be on Siege of Shanghai? And right now they finally rotated it back, and they've gotten a full squad wipe on top of that. So this is going to be Dignitas coming out with the first half advantage.
I don't even know what to say, because Dignitas made so many early mistakes, but then they just got the positions they wanted, and then Pyro just fell apart. And two people I need to point out but saved Dignitas in that fight. Jerk and Judetsky. Judetsky at the end held off Flashaw and Melisium, killing both of them in a 1v1. Jerk killing 2 attackers on the B flag, then moving out into A, and not wiping out and getting the kills, but slowing down any push that could have come onto the B flag, getting the kills, and look how upset PyRoGEN are. They knew they were so far ahead, and they threw it away.
They seem very damn frustrated right now, and you can see Wally just doesn't, I don't know, he doesn't look happy either. The rest of his team does, but he doesn't.
He's just thinking. He's always like this. He always looks tired. It's really weird. And then he's just like has bursts of energy. It's he's just one of those people.
All right, now comes down to the second half. PyRoGEN, they are one half away from closing us out, advancing on to play against Fnatic. Dignitas are a map and a round to go before they can potentially go up against Fnatic. I don't know who's going to pull this one off. I mean, I'm still at a loss of words that Dignitas was able to pull that one back, being down so many damn tickets.
Yeah, and seriously, one of the players that stood out so much for the Dignitas team in these matches, the core kills that come in. Obviously, Judetsky's been like a big killer for Dignitas. But Jerk, once again, on another map where he's managed to absolutely frustrate 2 to 3 man pushes on flags and rescuing what was a very, very dangerous situation for Dignitas.
Yeah, very dangerous. And we get underway here in just a few with this second half. Obviously, going to have that side swap come in. And I wonder, are Dignitas going to go for that boost and that push straight into B? Or are they going to play a little bit differently and not really worry about that and go around the backside?
Yeah, this is what worries me a bit. And apparently they've worked a way how to do this a little bit better than most teams. So they walk forward instead of having to cause any suicides. But the thing that got me about the start from Dignitas is traditionally you should get the bleed immediately playing as the US side, and Dignitas didn't. Dignitas played from behind when they didn't have to on a map that they should overwhelm this B flag, but there's Dig's difference, and they're going to get into this B flag very quickly. But is it quick enough? Is PyRoGEN already around and getting kills?
Well, we do see Masu go down, and you see no one really capping over just yet. It will go over in favor, though, of PyRoGEN. And Dignitas do get 2-1 capped against them. We do have Drake go back, cap A, and look at PyRoGEN how they're set up. They are just calm. They are patient. They are not in a hurry to push anywhere just yet.
Yeah, Wolberg needs to just delay this fight as much as possible. And Dig need to try and use this time to capture that B flag or get the kills over at A. Either way, they need to do something as the kills have come in over at A. And this is going to be a rotation quickly out of PyRoGEN. And Dignitas are expecting an attack at A that isn't there. And this is going to let them down at the B flag. They need to move quick as PyRoGEN swarm them and cap that flag.
Also, the corner side picks up one. It's taken out immediately, as well as Judetsky, so that should be B taken over for PyRoGEN. We do have Drake, the last man standing, as he finally gets some respawns. Does spot the one man out on the balcony, spots one man towards B, looking for the kill on a flasher, gets taken down though. And that will be another hold maintained by PyRoGEN here, but Dupree getting control of the balcony now. They're going to throw some nades in towards that B flag, but not going to connect with anyone just yet. And right now, Dignitas, they have a 2-1 hold, but it's obviously not the most favorable one.
No, not at all. And they need to use this time to get something onto that B flag, as they have killed every defender at B. Now, this is the chance Dignitas need. They need to get a guy down to the A flag and hold and anchor that and stop spawns coming in there. They've got a guy in the upper balcony. They've got people at B. This is their chance to run away with this round.
And we do see Jessica immediately running back towards A, looking for anyone spawning in. But she's not going to see anyone here. We do have a pretty much 5-man push out of PyRoGEN off to the side. Actually, a couple swinging around to A, a couple swinging around to B as the B push does get shut down, though. But they do get the kill on Judetsky, so Flasher picking that one up. They're going to get control of A here, and immediately Walu comes back. I don't know if coming back and trying to delay the push onto A or pushing straight into C here is a better choice, but he's going to go for the former. Looking for the kills, looking for Flash right there, gets the kill onto him. And not to mention gets some respawns in here too, so they will maintain the control of A, but they're still going to lose out on C. Actually, no, they're going to actually cap over C.
Yeah, if Dig can hold longer, if Wolberg can do his work and he gets taken out eventually, but that is going to be a miniature full domination cap from Dig. But they need to play their cards right here. They need to keep a hold of that C flag and B right now. And right now they're rotating everything to B, and that is going to possibly bite them in the ass here. They need to be very, very careful.
Well, they will lose out on A either way. They're losing out on C currently as well. While they're coming in from the side looking for the kill, picks it up, so you won't get C back. In the meantime, PyRoGEN is struggling to get control on this map here. They need to get control of B, they need to get control of C, or just something for that 2-flag advantage. But right now, they seem to have a loss for words. Dignitas have transitioned from that first half into the second with the momentum and carried it over perfectly.
Yeah, I think this is definitely showing you the experience of the Dignitas team here. These guys have been playing together for a long, long time, and they understand they're behind and they got to play very smart here, and they're doing a very good job of that. And more importantly, they're not just playing this game right now as just like, let's just get 2 flags and hold it. They're constantly trying to go for the triple cap here, and that is something you do not see from that many teams.
I don't know if I agree with it, to be honest.
A lot of teams like to sit back and go for the 2 flag, especially on Dawnbreaker.
I mean, you have the lead in the half. Why not just sit back, hold your line defense, not let them get those awkward respawns? Because that's what happened to PyRoGEN, where they were constantly going for 3 caps and eventually just got out of their hands, where Dignitas got the most favorable spawn and picked up the kills. And PyRoGEN unfortunately lost that giant lead that they had and came into the second half with a deficit now. And well, Dignitas, obviously, they're better than I am, so they're able to pull off that 3 cap. And right now, they're actually able to hold on to it for quite a while.
Yeah, and this is dangerous. There's only one defender at A, and he's down. Right now, all of PyRoGEN's spawns are... Oh, that is a big one as well, between C and B. And everyone up on the upper balcony was already there after a kill. But that's another full domination cap for Dig, and that is the 3rd one of the game so far. And... I don't know what to say. PyRoGEN looked so good, and then it just faded in the second round. But this is their chance to come back. They've opened up the C flag, and they're attacking B. They have up a balcony, but Marsu has spawned in a position that could upset that C capture.
If I didn't just see Dignitas come back from a bigger deficit than this in that first half, I would just say this is going to be Dignitas' game. But PyRoGEN, they can pull it off themselves. They can come back in this one, and all it starts with these kills coming in. But Marsu able to control C here, B. The only flag still maintained by PyRoGEN, and they're setting up 3 men to go towards A. They're overcommitting just a little bit here. You immediately see Hectus turn around. He's immediately trying to stop this push onto B here, and this could be PyRoGEN's chance to shine finally.
Yeah, I think Dig need to overwhelm this B flag here or try and just get the kills over at A, but it doesn't look like it's going their way at all. Saying that, Jerk gets a kill once again, the man of the hour, and this is looking good for PyRoGEN, but it's all about how quickly Monster decides if he wants to fight this or just wait for the revives. And he's already got 1 kill, and he's probably going to make it a second. And yeah, Dignitas starting to squander a bit of a lead here. They need to play a bit smarter, and PyRoGEN stabilized what was a game that was totally getting out of their hands.
And the thing is, they only have 3 more tickets to go. Or sorry, 30 tickets to go before they will have lost out on this one, so they can't afford to die anymore. They need to take away as many as possible from Dignitas if they want to have a hope of pulling this game back here. And right now, Dignitas just, they keep dying left and right. They keep not having this all 5 spawn in, and this is looking like the PyRoGEN that we saw in the first half in the beginning.
Yeah, and this is Dignitas kind of like mass grouping in. I think what they need to start doing here is kind of tricking defenders on that A flag to try and bait back to defend it and then switch back to B. But there's a big kill coming in for Dignitas on the upper balcony, but they're going to lose C, so they need to win this A fight, and they need to win it soon. Giggly's running in a 2-man fight here. Risky play, but it might play out well for them. Flasher is already on the run here. He's going back to B. He knows that this is going to be an important flag defense, and PyRoGEN waking up.
That was a huge kill coming in out of Hex right there. Kills Jerk over on the balcony sense that they spawn in and try to go for a 2-man push here. And now a 2-man hold by Melisium, looking to lock down this push onto B, C, sorry, and it looks like they will not be able to do it since Melisium does go down to Judetsky, but they trade kills either way. They're going to maintain control of it here. And now you're seeing PyRoGEN go for the A cap off the back of that. Dignitas, they're getting the spawns on the balcony. They're trying to rush straight into C here with Masu, but we just saw Jerk get taken down, and we see an interesting spawn coming in from the backside over towards A for Dignitas now, but the damage is being done. They are getting ever so close to pulling this one back.
Yeah, Dig across the board just got wiped, and more importantly, the spawn they did get is not putting them in a great position here. They're probably going to get the A flag, but they're going to find themselves hitting a wall of PyRoGEN from B to C, and they need to probably rely on a random spawn because Pyro pushed so far forward that C is probably wide open, but Dig need to be very careful on the ticket. There's a spawn on C. That is going to be Judetsky, and Dignitas here are being ultra aggressive.
We'll see if that ultra aggressiveness works out. We do have so far C being captured for Judetsky. They pick up the kills they need over towards B on top of that. But Hex is going in for the back cap here. Not to mention Flasher rotating around, trying to stop this cap on a B at the same time. Jakuli getting very low. Does get taken down, and that should be B back over for PyRoGEN here in just a second, as well as A in just a few.
Yeah, Dignitas need to be really careful here. They're spread so thin, and they're getting wiped out across the board. It's Wahlberg one-on-one over A. This is a critical fight for them because Dignitas are getting dropped everywhere else. Over at C, it's a one-on-one with Giggly and Monstro, and it goes Monstro's way, and now it's starting to look all bad for Dig. They need to be very, very careful here as they're starting to find themselves in a possibility of a full domination cap, and that's it. There's no Dig on the board, and their tickets are dropping. 23 tickets is the cutoff point, and Dignitas here are probably finding themselves with only 1 chance to push now.
Well, as long as PyRoGEN stay above that 23 mark, they will have pulled out a victory here in the last few seconds of this map. They obviously still have that tri-cap going on. You have Jerk getting that cap on a C in the backside. PyRoGEN going to continue to shove in here. They're going to continue to reinforce this B5 because they need to right away if they want to hold on to this. And you even said it before, maybe 1-2 good pushes at Dignitas left, and that would be PyRoGEN coming back in this one. And right now they're able to contest B, but they have lost control of it so far.
Yeah, and more importantly, they just lost the fight at C as well. And this is where it gets really awkward. Dignitas need to be very, very careful here. They've just lost out at B, and they're losing out at C as well. If a full domination cap comes in now, Dignitas might not be able to respond. They need to be very, very careful. And their spawns, they've gone for a random one, and it just puts them back in the position they were in before, stuck out at B, and the kills are coming in for Pyro, and I think Pyro might steal this game. Dignitas need to come up with something huge at B soon, and it's not happening as Monstro is constantly shutting down Dignitas attacks. Dignitas can only attack in one place now, and they're not in the right position to do it, and PyRoGEN are going to steal this game and take it 2-0 unless Dig can do something crazy here, and I just can't see it.
Yeah, there's just no way. They can't spawn anymore. They already saw the 2-cap against them, and that is it. PyRoGEN pulling out the victory here against Dignitas with 30 tickets to the 23 in that second round. They obviously lost to them on the map earlier on in their first best of 3 of the entire tournament, but they came back. Fantastic job of PyRoGEN right there.
Yeah, I don't really know what to say. The Dig guys, the start I feel on the beginning of Dawnbreaker really didn't help, put themselves behind when they should have started stronger, and Pyro just responded very well at the very end there.
Very well done, and I think it's kind of funny is that both teams pulled out the comeback at the end of the map. And PyRoGEN, that means they're going to be going up against Fnatic in the semifinals, and UMAV still waiting for their opponent, as we're going to have Epsilon going up against Meteor Makers coming up right next. But again, PyRoGEN, like I said before, I mean, they've never finished past the round of 16 in every one of the cups. They come out to beat against Authority and Gamers Connection in the groups, and then they come out strong here, beating Dignitas twice now, obviously losing to UMAV once.
Yeah, and I think PyRoGEN might be a good matchup for Fnatic, actually, as long as they can keep their heads together. I think they have a good chance of causing an upset here. And I feel really bad for the Dig guys there. Dawnbreaker once again, the map that they lose to PyRoGEN, and each time it is been literally down to something like 5 to 10 tickets.
I was actually waiting for Red Eye to rush in here with a defib kit for you.
It's alright. My heart died on Heartbreaker.
It's dead already? On Heartbreaker. Well, Valentine's Day has passed. You can see the sighs of relief on PyRoGEN's faces. I mean, even their manager's just like, holy crap, that was too close for comfort. And now they're actually talking with a couple of men of Meteor Makers, giving them a little bit, I guess, good luck coming up against Epsilon in just a few. But again, fantastically well done by them. And I'm honestly pleasantly surprised to see PyRoGEN be this strong after not really even showing up the entire season. They were 16th place in the Cups. 16th.
But the practice came in. I mean, as soon as everyone was just like, right, these are the groups, these are the teams we've got to play to get to Cologne. We got to ramp up everything.
I feel like they woke up like a week ago and like, oh, that's how you play Battlefield. Just like someone had a dream or something like that. But obviously, I'm not the man to tell you if that's true or not. But that actually would be Red Eye here in just a second. We're gonna have an interview with PyRoGEN.
Thank you very much. With Ikaho right now. Congratulations. When you walked over here, you seemed like you just had to breathe a bit more and just calm down, because you guys are very high right now after that win.
Yeah, I just have now. We just have now to calm down. That was a great match. We all were under pressure, so yeah, I have to calm down now.
Dignitas, great team, been around for a long time. We know a lot about them. To beat them in a competition like this, what does that mean to you guys?
Well, that means for us that we are in the top 4. That's a great thing for us. We are all proud of that, and Dignitas is a real great team. Oh God, I have no words for that. Yeah, that's great.
What was the feeling for you guys at the end of that match? Because you all jumped up and you were all screaming and shouting. We love seeing that because it's great. It's what esports is all about. But what was the feeling for you? What was it? Relief, or was it excitement, or what was it?
That was excitement for sure. Yeah, excitement. Yeah.
Bit of relief.
Yeah. Too.
Okay. Fnatic are next. Easy, right?
Yeah, it's easy. We all know that it's easy.
No problem at all.
No problem at all.
Okay, c'est la magnifique. That is the wonderful PyRoGEN, who have beaten Team Dignitas. Congratulations. and they will be going through to play Fnatic in the semi-finals. We've still got one more game to go in the group stages, though. That's coming up next. But first, for something a little different.